War Whiskey Podcast. My name is Justin Fisher, and today we're talking about Veterans Day and what it means to me. Been celebrating this holiday for 21 years now. I'm not a really big celebrator of Veterans Day. I do honor the significance of it, but I'm not one of those who really goes along and is like, thank me for my service or let me get that free food. That's never, ever been me. And when I was getting this podcast together, I was thinking to myself, I was like, what does it really mean to me? Well, it gives me a time to reflect on all the people who came before me and who will probably come after me. So I took the time to pull out 10 pictures. But if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, which I encourage everybody to subscribe and watch and share and all that good stuff, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. For all those who are listening on the way to work or wherever you may be going, I'll go ahead and describe these pictures and the experiences behind the picture. So, starting off, we have a picture of the American flag at night. It's actually not at night, it's actually at 4 in the morning. So, this is when I worked as an instructor for the infantry schoolhouse on the Camp Robinson. And I used to get to work really early so I could work out and have peace and quiet to myself. So, people don't know this, I wake up at 4:30 every day. We usually try to sleep in a little bit on the weekends, but it's always about like 5 or 5:30. So in the mornings, I do like to work out. I have a regimen I follow, and it kind of helps me get my mind right. You know, I've been doing this for years now. This is what I do. And I remember walking up to the building. I was the only one there. The lights were on, and the post hasn't even woken up yet. And I saw the moon, and I saw the American flag, and I said it was kind of awe-inspiring moment where I just started and looked at it, and it was just one of those moments like it would never ever happen again. But it was just the awe-inspiring, just me, the American flag, and the moon. And it was just one of those things where you just get a chance to take in and think about all the steps that led you to that very moment. So I actually took a picture of it and entered it in a contest, and actually got third place and got some stuff off of it. So I was pretty proud of that. With that, I'm going to go ahead and segue into this very early part of my career. I went to my first deployment. The picture you have there are myself on the left side. You got Joe Cole in the middle and Chris Autry on the right. We're actually in Austin, Texas. Now, we were activated to go to Iraq in 2004. 2003, we were doing a training up. 2004 is when we got in the country. So 2003, we're in Texas. We're at Fort Hood training, and they give us a pass for the weekend. Us three and Chris Tucker decided to go to Austin, Texas. Now, mind you, this is my first trip to Austin and Lala's first trips to Austin. And the picture you're seeing there is us just out living our best lives. We drive down there. We get this amazing hotel room at this place called the Omni, which is just it's in the dead center of 6th Street. And we're just out there just doing what you're supposed to do when you're getting ready to go deploy. Just have the time of your life. And these guys, at the time, we were all just super close and close-knit, because that's what combat does. It brings you together, and we haven't even left yet, and we're, this is the big game. We're getting ready for the big game here. And what's funny about this picture is that the fact that we're all highly intoxicated is the fact that I think this was right after I got locked out in the alleyway. I can't exactly remember. Long story short, I was at this club. Things was going great, and then I ended up getting locked down in the alleyway. And actually, I think Joe Cole had to come save me. So, that leads on into when we get into country. Now, these next few pictures are some of my more prouder moments in my career. The picture you're looking at is inside of a Bradley fighting vehicle, and you see basically our whole entire squad. You got Jimmy Glenn on the right, Brandon Newbold in there, looks like Joe's in there, Willie Shoemake, Woodward's in there. We look like some kind of JV squad, but my God, could we fight? And that's what's great about this picture. We're all geared up, ready to go. It's hot, it's nasty, and I forget what we're going to do. Some kind of patrol, I can tell. But my God, could we fight? Absolutely, we could fight. We could fight our asses off. Some of the greatest men I've ever met are in that picture right there. And it's just one of those moments where you savor it because no one else gets to experience it. No one else will ever be able to see that from this angle. I took the picture as I was standing out here before I stepped in there. I had a rule where I was usually the first one off the track. The next picture we're looking at is a picture of myself, Brandon Newbolt, Jason Nelson. We're actually staged up, I want to say, outside of our building in Iraq. So when we was in Iraq in 2004, we had we were actually stayed at an airfield that we took over. So that in the background is our headquarters building. We're kind of hanging out there. If you look how incredibly skinny I am in that picture, it's because we did nothing but foot patrols and basically just walked our asses off, and in the 120 degree heat, that means you lose weight quick. So I really wasn't into weightlifting like I am now. At the time, I was kind of like a shredded kind of guy. So, but we were just out there. I think we're staged for QRF. Actually, I think we're just kind of hanging out there. The next picture is myself and Chris Autry. Now, what's awesome about this picture is not only it's one of the few of he and I in the military, but he was one of the first guys I met when I got. He was actually the first guy I met when I joined the Army. And we're sitting at the gate. Now, what's funny about this? So there was 2 gates on our post. What you see behind me, I think that's Clint Owens and the tractor vehicle there. We had a tractor vehicle like for recovery. I think an M88 was what it's called. But it had a 50 cal machine gun that didn't have timing. Now, people don't know it, is that you had to put your machine gun into time. And it was out of time, so it couldn't fire. So we basically just had no weapons there. We had some HESCO barriers, and that was it. That was it. And we were out there pulling security outside of our base. We rotated from patrols to force protection. And that was some of the best times in the world hanging out there because of all the shenanigans that happened. For example, I hope Brad Mitchell listens to this. Myself and my Bravo team leader, I was Alpha team leader, Bravo team leader, Travis Fox, right? We're sitting out night, and we had the kind of like that swing shift from 3 to 11 or whatever. It was sucked, but it was all right. We were out there, and it's he and I in our squad. It's dead quiet. We had some Iraqi security guards that worked there too, and they would fall asleep as soon as it got dark. They'd fall asleep. Brad Mitchell and Woodward came over there and were like, "Hey, we want to make an MRE bomb." So people don't know you can actually set your MRE to explode if you seal the MRE and put the water-induced heater. You activate that, where it doesn't vent, it'll just explode. And so yeah, cool. Yeah, do you, man? Yeah, that'd be fine. So these jokers didn't just build like a MRE bomb. They built the Moab of all MRE bombs. This sucker was massive. So time goes by because it takes time for it to build up. They set this thing off, and they just, they put multiple heater strips into it, and we're just kind of hanging out there. And it gets dark. It's nothing. I forgot all about it. Nothing's happened yet, and this thing goes off, and like it's just echoes. And like the first thing that happens is like the security guards jump up and start shooting in the air. Because it scared them. They woke up and started shooting in the air. They only had like 10 rounds. So they shoot. They go black on ammo. I look over at Brad and Woodward, and they're just fucking hiding behind like a barrier. Like these, like, oh god, we screwed up looks. The guard towers behind us, they're starting to call stuff up. Hey, shots fired. What's going on? You got all kinds of stuff going on. And Fox was like, we had some kind of orange and white car drive by and shoot at us. Made up this false car, drove by, and they bought it and didn't mess with us. But yeah, we damn near had an incident over MRE bomb. But that's the little things that you see on deployments that people don't understand. It's those little shenanigans there. I can tell at the time of the picture that it's not dark yet, so it's getting close, and I'm about to put my nods on. The next picture, it's kind of a painful picture to look at, but it's myself and Travis Fox. Now we lost Fox in February. He passed away. But he's probably the closest thing I had to like a brother, really. He was always Bravo team and I was Alpha team, and we worked so good together. And that's the sad thing about the military is that you sometimes lose sight, you lose like contact with people, and for all the stuff we went through and all the things we did, it was we just lost sight, stopped talking afterwards, and yeah, I wish I could tell him bye. How is he doing before he passed? But that's the nature of the business. That's what you have to, you sign the dotted line for. That's what happens. The next picture is 2008. So notice I went from, the first pictures were 2004 and 5. Now jump forward, we're back over in Iraq in a different area in 2008. Beside me is Albert Dean Porter. We're squad leaders together. It's just funny about the situation. It was like there was thousands. We were about this school, and there was thousands of kids out there, all swarming these people, and they're trying to give them toys and stuff, and they were just these little heathens running around crazy. And we were actually laughing about the whole entire situation because it was so terrible. That picture, I think, was taken by a PAO or something. I forget how I got that picture. You can see it in the background. Is what you're looking at is the actual school itself, or the outside of the school. We're wearing the ACU colored pattern stuff. I got my M4 with my ACOG. The tape is on to limit the splash of the reticle, and we're just kind of hanging out. Much heavier in that picture. Already got big into fitness and weightlifting a lot more than I was in 05 and 06, or 04, 05, and 06. So now I'm a good sized guy. So, it's hot, but you're enjoying it. You're having fun, because the thing is when you get to do your job as an infantry guy or in the Army, you don't mind the elements because you get to do your job. And that's what we are, man. Some of my most happiest moments in my life was when I was absolutely out there in it. I'm not built for this political arena that we call the Army now. It's just not me. Next picture is a cool picture. I'm actually in Greece. I never thought in a million years that I would be in Greece on a mission doing stuff, but here I am overlooking the city. One of my favorite pictures is Giza. It's the second largest city in Greece. Thessaloniki. So it was just really neat because I really fell in love with Greece. I loved the whole environment of it, the food, the culture, all that stuff. But the fact that I was there, this was 2017 when we took this picture. I was there on the Kosovo rotation, which was a NATO mission. We were actually there looking for our NATO base so we can start taking trips down there. Really good. Just gives you kind of like how your career changes as it goes on and on and on. Next picture is a picture of our op cell from Kosovo. If you notice, we have some foreign allies in there with us. And I tell you what, we had some Polish soldiers with us, and some of the finest soldiers I've ever worked with in my life. Just phenomenal human beings and good friends still to this day. great trained. I see they got Captain Kang in there. He was one of our liaisons from the 82nd. Good dude there. I see Dan White. Everybody loves a Dan White pitcher. Sergeant Major Smoke. Colonel Cavo's in there. Just a lot of good people in that. And that was probably the best op cell ever assembled, simply for the fact how efficient and how good we were at planning and everything of that nature. The final picture was taken, I want to say probably 2019 or something. I don't remember. But it's the remainder, and it's kind of getting to the final part of this video and this podcast is the remainder. This picture is our unit for the most part that deployed on my first deployment. You really never know your age in the Army until you see the people who got out. And you're just like, wow, where did the time go? You see these men and you're like, these are some of the bravest men that you ever had the pleasure of knowing. And now we're all gray and old. They're lions once. And that's really what Veterans Day is to me. It's not so much it's just a chance to reflect on the memories of the past and the people who came before me. I'm fortunate enough to serve with such brave men and to be able to walk with them as a peer and have the same footsteps. It's just everything to me, and that's what Veterans Day means. So I want to thank everybody for listening to this little ramble. Stay tuned for the next episode, and this is Justin Fisher signing off.